Hey guys, Kane here, and in this video, we're gonna check some of the fights that I had whenever I had my Rufio decked out. So now you can see that I have actually swapped away from the Rufio in terms of the gears, the prisms, and the stuff that I had on him. And that is a pretty good reason as to why. So let's jump into one of the fights that I was doing previously. So the first couple of fights, whenever I was using my Rufio, I thought, damn man, the Rufio must be pretty darn powerful or stuff like that. Like you can see, my Rufio is pretty goddamn decked out. I put a tier 9 wave power. Abilities, I suppose I chose what quite a lot of people were using. I'm not entirely sure, again, whether or not this is like insanely powerful or I have to swap some of them, but this is what I've seen. And stats, I suppose, are 2.5 million. They're stronger than most Rufios I face around my core power. Now, in terms of the fight, I do believe I cast Valerie first and then the Rufio. And usually my go-to like ability casts are Valerie into Avril. So my Rufio jumped there. I did a spin. I think he healed a little bit. I'm not sure if he went into invincibility. He did some AoE with Leo's Pride, and he also did another spin. And at this point in time, with my Avril, all of those archers would be literally low HP anyway, or already dying. And the thing is, in such a case, like the Rufio is friggin' damn slow. And the thing about it is, if he manages to die, like these archers are getting morale boosted. So it's like a double-edged sword whether or not he succeeds. But I did manage to win. But honestly, I would have had a lot easier fight if I had just used my Avril earlier. So that aside, that's pretty much it for this one particular fight. It was really nothing special. Then I got some, I suppose, spenders, which managed to reach close to 4,000. I'm not sure if this person was a spender, because I think, yeah, I nearly flawless that field. And after this one, I started facing a bit stronger guys and actually still using the Rufio. Now, the thing about it in this fight, I'm not entirely sure if Rufio did anything. Like, look, 53 million, and my Valerie and Avril did like the most damage in the battle. And Avril, I didn't even cast up until like 15 to 20 seconds into the match. So the thing about it is like I probably could have even won that one fight if I just used my initial Valerie into Avril. So I see he has the Elana here. So I do believe I will jump with Rufio here. Then something happened. I think the Rufio got CC'd or stuck or something, and he wasn't even able to move. As you can see, he was bugged out. Then he went into invincibility. He spinned right after, and I wasn't able to spin once more as he just died. So again, I'm not entirely sure what the hell happened there, but I do believe. Oh no, I killed Gan and not Tilana. And well, after that, I was casting Avril up until like these two squads, as I think he had something here or here, which I still noticed like a hero, and I wanted to get that removed. But yeah, pretty much Valerie and Avril was just firing in like more than 50% of his field, but he smashed my stall side, which isn't really that strong. My burst side is pretty good, but my stall side is pretty weak since I don't have 5-star artifacts. So pretty much that is one of the first few battles with Rufio where I started failing and failing hard. Now, I faced against a person I know, and honestly, whenever I was using Valerie and Avril, I actually did perform a lot better against him than what I have done with literally the Rufio. Like, the thing about it is, Rufio is barely even existent in the terms of the damage chart. Now, to show you something, that is his formation, and his Avril and Valerie are in the same position with the dragon front line. So the thing is, I have my burst side and it will be facing like this side, and all I needed to do is cast an Avril onto his mages, and pretty much the fight would have been won by me. That is like the only thing I required to do, but I was testing Rufio and stuff like that. And as we can check his Valerie, so his Valerie uh, has tier 10 Prism, and it has 2.7 million attack. Let's just quickly check Avril, and I will show you my own as well. So his Avril 1.8 million. So quickly find mine. My Avril is 2.5 million, which is like 700-ish thousand higher, maybe close to 800. And my Valor is pretty much similar to his, I think, maybe a bit weaker. I forgot the exact number. So essentially, the fight I could have won easily just because of his hero placement, as majority of the time he wins battles just by those heroes. So essentially, I casted Valerie early, as you can see, like they're firing so much damage. Then I jumped with the Rufio. I wanted to do a spin, or I did the spin, and I think Rufio bugged out somewhere again, and I wasn't able to do another spin for a couple of seconds. And at the time I managed to do it, it was already too late. And essentially, he entered invincibility. I tried to do another spin, and it was too late, and he just died. And the thing is, his Avril and his Valerie are full HP without even proccing invincibility. Now, if I had just casted my Avril onto this one particular spot up here, it would be game over. Avril into invincibility, Valerie into invincibility, they would do zero damage, and even my archers and my frontline would just be going through like this hero side morale boost after morale boost. And again, like that is pretty much how I kind of lost the fight. Essentially, even his dragon would have probably died if I had done such a thing. But alas, we are playing and testing and also learning new things. So kudos to him. Uh, I suppose I shouldn't be like bragging or anything whether or not I would be able to win. He's an old player returning back to the game, so he doesn't have a few features upgraded and etc. But again, I think I could have had this fight a lot better, instead of like barely even doing anything, if I had just used like my own field, which I had done majority of my time. Yeah, and my turtle wasn't healing much because honestly, I didn't even manage to beat down his DPS, which in majority of the cases, if I am not using Rufio and using the mages, more than half of the backline of the enemy is always gone. So essentially, me using Rufio means I just more or less underpower myself than what I am able to do. Now, this person in particular, he's not really that weak. He has 10 prisms, or rather, 10 artifacts, premium artifacts, 5-star. So essentially, his core power is a lot lower than what he actually should be. Because I don't even have one artifact 5-star, and he has five. He has 10. So do keep that in mind. Well, I think he has 8 or 10. I counted last time, but I do know that if we would round them up, it would be about 10. So, the thing about the damage charts, my Valerie did quite a bit. My Avril YOLO'd into his Valerie, and pretty much, yeah, that's it. Damage tanking, Blade Masters took a lot of damage, even Varian took quite a bit of damage. Healing, Turtle, he was able to heal quite a bit. Then Kitano, Varian, Denji, and Dragon started performing a bit better. So in terms of this fight, I wasn't using Rufio, I was using my old build, and you will see how fast the backlines are dying. So I'll do 0.5 speed. He actually was stunning my archers and my mages as well, except for Valerie, since it didn't fall into the range of the CC. So my Nora reached one side of his Dead Eyes, and the other side is Avril Blizzard, but you cannot see the effects, and then the Rakan Archers as well. All of those heroes, the Dead Eyes, etc., they're all falling down. I do believe Tisiphone will die in a second. Jax, Avalon, Tog, they all died because of Avril as well as Nora cannonballs, plus minus a few arrows from the Rakan archers. So essentially, most of his DPS from the backline is gone. He has a couple of mages, and pretty much the mechs. So I think my Valerie got hit by something, entered invincibility, and pretty much my Avril is just YOLOing into Valerie's range in just a second. My Denji went on a trip as well, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Last time he actually performed a lot better, but I think he had his DPS on a side where my burst was not able to reach, so uh, I don't know. The thing is, the dwarves are a race which benefits high spenders, or if you have a lot of decked out heroes. And essentially, his Avril, I suppose, the attack is pretty good. He has a tier 10 wave power. Let's check Valerie tier 10 wave power, and he has 2.6 million. Well, even with tier 10 prisms, he still has a bit less stats, but again, I suppose that is based on the core power difference. However, again, having like 10 or so 5-star artifacts should reduce the difference that we have in core power as well, or even make him stronger. But the thing is, I'm not sure if dwarves benefit a lot of people in like the early to mid meta. At least in my own opinion, human, Rakan, Lich, I think even sylphs could perform a lot better than friggin' dwarves. At least in my own opinion, and like experience, I don't have issues beating down the mechs, but I have issues beating down friggin' those sylph trees. Like this guy, similar core, and I cannot friggin' do anything to the trees. Like, look, I almost killed his entire backline. I killed like more than half of his heroes. Friggin' trees, they just don't die, and they just don't take literally any damage whatsoever. Compared to mechs, which take quite a lot. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I suppose I went back to my usual rotation with Valerie and Avril and other stuff, and essentially my battles have become a lot easier once again. Like, even if the enemy does a lot more damage, I still win the fight, and I win it quite easily. Instead of chancing the fight and potentially losing just because I lost Rufio and gave a morale boost towards the enemy. I'm not entirely sure again whether or not I used the Rufio improperly, or he has to be like the first cast or stuff like that, but essentially his skills don't go off cooldown and you need to wait like 2 seconds to cast and stuff like that. So I was usually casting Valerie as my first skill. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video, I guess. It's it was pretty underwhelming to use a Rufio after quite a few people did say like he's pretty damn overpowered. Honestly, in the mid meta where I am right now, Rufio is not really that good. Perhaps if you are able to get Rufio to like level 70, while your other heroes are like 65 or something, then yeah, sure, I can probably say Rufio is pretty good, because once you reach the attack value to like 5, 6, 7 million, you probably can perform quite well. However, mages with a lot less attack, I suppose, perform a lot better than, let's say, a Rufio ever could, and they're actually on a very, very safe distance. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, this video was useful to you. Take care and stay safe out there.